Hey moviegoers, Dimitri Panos here. Welcome to another episode of the Cinescope, Movies Under a New Lens. In today's episode, I will be putting A Quiet Place Day 1 under the Cinescope. A Quiet Place Day 1, like the movies before it, further highlights the power of cinema and the visual medium of storytelling. The Quiet Place movies are not your typical monster movies. Each has been more about a journey of heart, soul, mind, and survival, rather than the focus on the monsters. A Quiet Place Day 1 is no exception. The trailer did a great job of hiding one of the story's driving plot points. I'm going to continue in that vein. I'm going to oversimplify the plot so as to not spoil the emotional experience that you'll have if you haven't seen the movie yet, and that journey the movie takes you on. So, if you're not already aware, A Quiet Place Day 1 is a prequel. It tells of the Death Angel's arrival on Earth, only previously seen in flashback from the other movies. Day 1 takes the location out of the forest and into the concrete jungle of New York City. Samira is out with a tour group taking in an off-Broadway show with the promise of New York-style pizza after. After the performance, she's told they all have to get back on the bus and leave ASAP because something is happening in the city. And they have to get out while the getting is good. No pizza today. Fire streaks paint the sky, and before the bus can get into gear, explosions erupt. Samira, along with her emotional support cat, Frodo, are covered in smoke and soot. They're dazed. They're only able to see silhouettes and hear screams. Samira, trying to find cover, gets knocked down and out by an impact concussion. When she awakens, she finds herself back in the theater she left. A scream is cut short as someone quickly covers her mouth and shows the universal sign of shh. Samira quickly learns that life has changed and one must find a quiet place to survive. Evacuation orders are given, but Samira goes against the grain because all she wants to do is go to a place of childhood familiarity and have that pizza. Along the way, she meets Eric. He's an Englishman in New York studying law. Quietly, together, they try to stealthily evade the Death Angels in search of solace. Writer-director Michael Cinescope developed the story with director of the first two movies, John Krasinski. Krasinski's fingerprints in both the narrative and the movie style are all over Day 1. Cinescope utilizes those cues. He adapts them for the big city while keeping the story personal and small. A Quiet Place Day 1 is not your epic sci-fi invasion movie. Michael Cinescope greatly captures sound, or lack thereof, as the two movies before. One is made to hear or to listen to the environment surrounding the characters. Dialogue is often expressed rather than verbalized, and when there is verbal dialogue, it's done in a whisper. As an audience member, I would tense up when someone was talking too loudly. I found my inner voice shushing a character and saying, "You're too loud, you're too loud." Like Krasinski before him, Cinescope pulls the moviegoer into this world of silence so as you cringe at the slightest of sounds. Lupita Nyong'o as Samira is fantastic. Realizing we are a ways off from awards season, as well as this being the third in a series, her performance will most likely not be recognized come December, and that's too bad. So hence, I'm recognizing it now as being awesome. It's fair to say her performance is complemented by Joseph Quinn, who plays the suit and tie Eric. Most beloved as Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, here he's clean cut and neat, relatively speaking. So as Eric, Quinn delivers Hollywood a calling card exhibiting versatility and likability, proving he's beyond Stranger Things. With A Quiet Place Day One, Joseph Quinn has made the transition from small screen to big screen, smoothly and comfortably. Nyong'o and Quinn deliver characters to care for, thus making the creatures scarier and more formidable. Remaining spoiler-free, there is a scene in the third act, you'll know when it comes up, that is, as of right now, for me it's the most emotional, tender, and sweetest scenes you will see at the movie thus far. All of it building to an ending that delivers an emotionally impactful punch that goes above and beyond, well, just survival. I do, however, have one nitpick that I have to get off my chest, and it's Frodo the cat. In almost every scene in which this feline was featured, it acted in a way totally antithetical to how a cat would react in a particular situation. Not once did this cat hiss, meow, jump, or squirm. I mean, by nature, cats are skittish to strangers, let alone aliens. Does anyone recall Jonesy? I watched certain scenes in disbelief, thinking, I just jumped the hell out of my seat. No way would a cat just sit there. Which got me thinking, why did there need to be a cat in the first place? Because it certainly didn't influence the outcome of the story. It is the cat that keeps me from giving the movie the high 5 rating. It literally is my one pet peeve. Thankfully, it's not so catastrophic to a point that made me angry about the movie. I give Quiet Place Day One 4 fingers. It's very good. In fact, I think it's so good. I bet as you're watching, you'll stop eating your popcorn believing you're crunching too loud. Shh. Thank you very much for tuning in to this review. I hope you liked it. Please, in the comments below, let me know what you thought of A Quiet Place Day One. Is it your favorite of the 3? Do you have a favorite? Tell me if you, well, got emotional. And please subscribe as well. I do appreciate you watching. I'm going to have more reviews in the days and weeks ahead. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Cinescope Movies Under a New Lens.